All right, it's no capsule gold day here at 2 is 1. Yeah, that seems about right. All right, so at the time of this recording, AppMex is charging a 10% premium on a 1 ounce random year American Eagle. Then they have a 4-day shipping delay. Now, SD Bullion, which is typically a little bit cheaper, they are charging a 9% premium on that same coin, and they have a 10+ day delay. Now, a year ago, I was able to pretty easily find this coin for about a 5% premium. So it's not a trivial increase. Now, SD Bullion is charging a 20% premium on 1/4 ounce American Gold Eagles. And I would have led with AppMex, but since they don't have them in stock, I don't even know what they're charging. So none of this is to beat the drum of gold being out of stock, because I do think this is all a temporary issue. But I'm not sure premiums are going to come back down anytime soon. Now, I noticed them steadily increasing all last year, all through 2020. And then locally, they've increased as well. But like quarters at AppMex, I don't even know where the local coin shops currently are because none of them have any inventory. So if we're doing the math here, premiums have doubled in 12 months. Now, based on inventory shortages and high prices and high premiums, this is really the first time that I've actually thought about sitting out a month. Now, I'm not going to entirely. I'm still going to grab that 1/2 ounce American Gold Eagle that I've been planning to buy every month. But normally I pick up more than that standard purchase. I just don't see it happening this month with everything going on. And then another thing that's happening right now is that Bitcoin and Ethereum are both making very aggressive runs, and they're making their runs for different reasons. And if I felt that digital currencies, well, cryptocurrencies, were particularly risky up till now, I feel like it's recently broken through to a mainstream audience, so it has more room to run. Now, that is not to say that I don't think that it continues to have risk. And I realize that a lot of you have come to the conclusion that you just don't want anything to do with it. It's not built on a meaningful foundation, and that's fine. But I personally don't think it's going anywhere. And while I'm having trouble finding the gold that I'm looking for, I'm definitely not having trouble finding Bitcoin or Ethereum. They're right over here. They're easy to buy. It's not just those two things that are making runs right now, though. It seems like everything is hot. People are making money on the stupidest things. They're making money on joke cryptocurrencies with Dogecoin. They're making money on played out retailers like GameStop and Nokia. Stocks are up across the board. And I'm kind of torn on it because I'm not going to complain about making a profit on short-term investments, but it just seems a little bit too easy right now. I think it's probably smart to be just a little bit skeptical. Now, I get a lot of comments from people on my videos trying to completely dismiss the idea of buying gold. The comment will basically be something pedestrian like, just buy Bitcoin instead. Now, clearly these people aren't watching the videos. They're just kind of doing this swoop and poop comment, not paying attention to what I'm saying, just dropping their own feelings on and leaving. Now, clearly, had they watched the video, they would have heard me say that I'm just not comfortable buying Bitcoin or Ethereum without already having a healthy position in gold. Because if the floor fell out from digital assets, I would still have the hard assets. And the biggest point that particular audience is missing is that I am buying those things, but I'm still buying gold. Because I think it's just smart to be a little bit skeptical of how easy everything is right now, particularly with those digital assets, particularly with stocks. Bitcoin had a low last year of something like $3,800. I think it was $3,850. And if you use that kind of marker, the absolute low, which I don't because nobody here bought March 12th, that was the deepest sell-off in history. But if you do, and I know people who do, Bitcoin would appear to be up 1,100% in 11 months. And I think it's actually closer to 1,200%. Now, any human with a pulse can drop their money in Bitcoin, refer to those last 11 months as proof of their superior decision-making ability, and then drop in on somebody's gold video and leave a stupid comment. Now, I'm making those investments too, but I'm going to maintain a little bit of skepticism. I did make a larger than normal purchase this month in both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and right now it feels like a pretty good decision because both of them are on a run. And then on top of that, everyone involved in gold's retail supply chain seems to be doing their best to dissuade me from buying right now. Now, I don't buy less gold to buy more Bitcoin or vice versa. At least I haven't historically. The two aren't part of a zero-sum game to me. But I've wondered a few times lately if high premiums and limited inventory would make me reconsider that, even if it was just temporarily, because I could put money into Bitcoin and then potentially pull it back out not far down the road at a gain once prices in gold settle back down. And I think this might have been the first month that I actually did that, even if it was somewhat unintentional. I'm going to get a couple points out though, because I know if I don't do it here, I'm going to be doing it over and over in the comments. First, I'm not recommending anyone else does this. I'm making it a point to tell you a little bit more of what I'm doing personally, but I'm not making recommendations here for you to do the same. And then more importantly than that, I'm still buying gold. Like I said, I'm buying a 1/2 ounce American Gold Eagle even this month. Now actually, I did make another gold purchase, but that's a story for another time. I'll come back to that one. So I could have reframed this and just said, hey, I'm buying a 1/2 ounce American Gold Eagle this month and left it at that. I think the premiums right now, the limited inventory, and the activity in cryptocurrency are all notable though. And I'm just kind of responding to that. Now, if you don't like Bitcoin, I'm not trying to convince you to change your outlook. It just is not for everybody. And I'm here primarily to talk about gold anyway. This just happens to be a first for me. And also, I should just say that I'm not making this video to complain about those premiums. I kind of understand the dealer's perspective. Right now, it's very hard to get product. I also understand that the reason it's so hard to get product right now is because all the dealers sold through everything they had. They had record months with record profits, so I'm kind of neutral on the whole thing. I just wonder what kind of impact it's going to have on buying momentum right now, because it definitely slowed me down, and I've been pretty bullish on the metal. My local dealer that I talked to the most actually told me I might want to consider sitting out for a while. His parting comment was to just be happy with the amount of gold that I already have. And that's pretty interesting when the person selling the gold is even feeling like things are maybe a little bit out of hand. Again, I think a lot of this is temporary, but if it continues for more than a month, I'm probably going to have to rethink my plan a bit. I see a lot of people making the comment that premium is irrelevant because gold and silver are so undervalued. But I don't agree with that. I won't pay 10% on a 1 ounce coin that I was getting for 5% over spot a year ago. And I imagine the silver bugs aren't willing to pay 50% premium for silver eagles for any extended period of time either. I don't know if AppMex and SD Bullion are going to be bringing their premiums down soon, but I know that there will be competitors in the market that will. So I'll probably be slowing down a little bit until it does. And I've also started looking at alternatives to the American Gold Eagle since that's where the biggest inventory crunch seems to be. And that's a topic to come back to since I've really just started looking, but that swan that I picked up was partially the result of really nothing else being available. We'll have to wait and see a little bit on inventory. So let me know what you're seeing. I've heard from quite a few people now that they still don't have local inventory either. And I don't know if that's resolving itself for any of you yet. It sure isn't for me. I'm curious also what you think about premiums. Let me know if it's affecting your buying. And if you get anything out of these videos at all, please hit that like button. The channel has had some pretty good growth lately, and I would love to see that continue. I appreciate you all sticking around and watching these things. I hope you're doing well. Take care.